So, as you said, I'm a past president of the National Asian Pacific American Bar Association. So that is a pan-Asian organization that represents the interests of over 50,000 Asian American attorneys around the country and over 80 affiliates, both state, national, and local Asian American affiliates. So we do a couple different things, a couple key focuses, right? NAPABA promotes the legal profession for Asian Americans. Pipeline issues, such as getting more Asian Americans to law school, becoming attorneys, more Asian Americans become in-house counsel, general counsel of Fortune 500 companies, more Asian American partners in the profession. We also advocate for the Asian American community at large, right? And we also fight in general for anybody who wants to see a level playing field across the country when it comes to civil rights issues. We lobby in DC, we do professional development programs for attorneys. We do development work with other bar associations. So for example, a number of our bar associations of color work together to go to DC once a year to do lobbying work, to promote, either fight against bills that we find are against that principle we all stand for of having a level playing field, or to support bills and legislation that will promote a level playing field for all Americans. One of the things I would encourage you to take a look at was a new program that was done this year by our NAPABA president, Cindy Chang, which was the NAPABA Inspiration Video Series. So we wanted to get back to one of the core focuses of unity within a professional and working with other diverse groups. So they put together a video series of prominent Asian American attorneys that talk about their journey, right? Their journey from becoming a lawyer to how they got to the heights they've reached in the profession. One of them, it really struck me, I was actually watching it this morning, was by Neil Ketal. He's a former U.S. solicitor, very, very prominent in the legal field. And he was talking about his experience as a Hindu Indian moving into his neighborhood when he was young with another family, and how the first week his family was there, a cross was burned on his front lawn. And so you commonly think that as perhaps an African-American experience historically, but those things happen to minorities and diverse persons around the country, you know, regardless of where they're from. It's a common shared experience, that sort of prejudice. So the opportunity to work together with other groups, whether it be Hispanic National Bar Association or South Asian or the National Bar Association, these are all, we all have a common ground that we try and work with, despite the fact that we have organizations that may focus on a particular segment. We're all playing for the same goals. I wanted to mention, because of this group, there is a NAPABA Law Foundation, which puts out scholarships for students, diverse attorneys going to law school. If you go to napaba.org, which is the organization's website, and get more information on the NAPABA Law Foundation scholarships. You can find the NAPABA Inspiration video series at the NAPABA National YouTube channel. I wanted to talk on three things regarding you're going to law school in general. All right? Three things, because I want to make sure that you go to law school for the right reason. I want you to consider that your choice of law school does matter. I didn't know you were going to be doing that, so my little 5 minutes. It's a 5-minute warning? I got plenty of time. Good. All right. We'll start playing music in a minute here. All right. And the importance of networking. All right. So you're at a point where you want to make sure you've got the right reason to become a lawyer. And I think it's great you're here, because that shows you're actually doing some due diligence. You're exploring, is this for me? All right. You don't want to do it because, gosh, you love this TV show where there's lawyers, right? Because it's not all glamorous, right? There can be glamorous moments, there's some fun moments, but it's work, all right? So make sure you understand the work, right? And make sure you're doing it because you feel like you've got a personality and interest that lend itself to the field, not because of a monetary goal. So I'll tell you, there are some attorneys that are phenomenally financially successful, and there are lawyers that are working paycheck to paycheck. The paycheck to paycheck people may still be incredibly satisfied with their life because they're doing work that they love, right? But that means that they're on the right path and we're doing what was important to them, not because of that financial goal. All right, so don't think necessarily, oh, you know, lawyers, that means I'm going to be on the easy path, because you're still going to have to work. right? And you start to do well. Law school matters. You can go to probably any law school and end up in a job or in a career that can be satisfying. However, if you have very specific goals as to what you want to do, whether it be as an in-house attorney or whether you want to work at a law firm, you need to consider whether that school may put you on a path. Because look, you guys are all in college right now. You all chose a school based on, where the school can take me next, right? And if you felt like this school cannot take you to where you want to go, you would have gone somewhere else, right? So you have to do the same thing because there are schools and there are situations, there are law firms, I'll be very honest with you, there are very prominent, large national firms, New York firms, that are very particular about where they will recruit from. So if your goal is, I want to be working for this white shoe New York firm, you really need to take a look at where are they really recruiting from. And if I go to school X, is that going to get me there, right? Understand the cost of that school and think of say, okay, it's going to cost me this much. And on average, where are those law students going to work? And are they going to make enough money to pay their law school debt? Because I do know people personally that unfortunately their debt is extremely high, their income isn't what it's supposed to be, and it's very difficult for them. But I want to go back. I'm not trying to dissuade you from any particular school because I know of schools that you go there and maybe you can't go to that New York firm. But I have an excellent friend who went to a particular school and he got his job as a state attorney and now he does family and criminal defense work. He has his own firm with 3 partners. He's got billboards up in Orlando and he does very well for himself and he's thrilled. So that school met his goal and his need. So just kind of think about that. Just don't think that any diploma gets you anywhere you want to go. You got to be very smart about it. And the last thing is networking. Hopefully, you guys have been here networking with each other, right? Because I'll tell you that networking is crucial for your career as an attorney. Whether it's going to be working at a law firm, having your own firm, or even getting those prime in-house jobs, all right? The people that do really well can get a lot of business as a lawyer, because remember, it's a business, all right? It's easy to get caught up in the intellectual fun of it. I loved law school, okay? I went there because I was doing a sales job, and I felt like I was bored, and said I need to do something more stimulating. So I love the stimulus of the law. I love digging into a really complicated question and trying to figure it out, and I think I do pretty well at it. But I'm judged as a law firm attorney on my business. Do I bring in business? That relies on networking. The people that are still in touch with their friends from law school, that call them up and say, hey, I got a case for you, they do well. The ones who can go back to college and say, hey, my college buddy just sent me a case. Even better is your friend from, I went to high school with this person. I went to college with this person. I went to a diversity conference with this person and I stayed in touch, right? That's all going to lead to your success because that person's going to call you up and say, I got a case for you. Or he's going to call you up and say, hey, I just heard of an opening at this company for general counsel. You'd be awesome for it. Okay? So networking is one of the most important things you could be doing starting right now. Okay? The people who really struggle are the people that go to law school, become lawyers, they're fifth-year associates at a law firm, and then decide I better start meeting some people. They will really struggle. Okay? So that is all I have for you because I don't want him to wave a little sign again. See, he's nervous. He won't even pick it up now. It's like, I got called out. I don't know what to. I know that one is right there. I can see the one right on top. So I'm going to introduce the next speaker. Her name is Jean Lee. She's the president and the CEO of the Minority Corporate Counsel Association, or MCCTA. Before that, she was a vice president and assistant general counsel with J.P. Morgan Chase. I can tell you should be very excited that she came down here to speak to you today. I've known Jean for a long time. Okay, in the Asian American legal community and the legal community at large, she is a superstar, and it's very exciting to have her here speaking to you guys today. All right? Thank you very much.